Welcome to the Literary Titan podcast. In every episode, we dive into a book we've just read and share our thoughts. From best-selling authors to rising literary stars, we dive into the heart of each book, its themes, its characters, and the meaning tucked between the lines. We read it. Now let's talk about it.
Hey friends, welcome back. I read Glyph by Tony Evans, and I want to share my thoughts, so let's jump in. Glyph by Tony Evans is a sharp and unsettling story, set in a dystopian future where social class and technological access determine the shape of people's lives. The plot follows Hade, a teenager with a deeply traumatic past, who becomes entangled in a morally murky world of body upgrades, digital identity, and elite manipulation. Adopted into wealth after tragedy, Hade navigates a fractured society, torn between the rich, who live in sanitized luxury, and the poor, who scrap and suffer in decay. His relationship with Elle, his adoptive sister, is at the heart of the story. After her brain injury, she's left emotionally childlike, and their bond becomes both tender and heartbreaking. As the story unfolds, Hade is drawn into a high-stakes experiment that seeks to use him to repair Elle's mind, raising haunting questions about love, exploitation, and identity. Reading Glyph felt like walking a tightrope in the dark, never quite sure where the next step would land. The story is tense. Evans has a gift for creating atmosphere. The writing is sharp and packed with emotion, carrying a quiet intensity that never lets up. Hade's voice is cynical and smart and layered with grief and guilt that sits in every sentence like a second skin. At times, it pulled me out of my comfort zone, and I was glad it did. It's the kind of discomfort that means the author is poking around in places that matter. The world building is both slick and grimy. The tech is advanced, but used to separate, not uplift. That contradiction hits hard. The writing doesn't always linger long on beauty, but when it does, it's with sharp edges. What stuck with me most was the way the book handles emotional repression. Hade is logical and detached, but under the surface, he's boiling. That dissonance between thought and feeling, between what's said and what's felt, gives the novel its engine. A few scenes landed with real emotional weight. I felt them deep down. Other scenes left me with chills. Evans doesn't hold your hand. He trusts you to follow the pain. The characters are complex and often unlikable, which I appreciated. They feel real. One thing I appreciated was the room the story gave itself to breathe, even if the pace eased up in a few spots. While some side characters stayed a bit in the background, the heart of the story remained strong and engaging throughout. Glyph is about loss, of innocence, of control, of the body, of choice. It's about the price of love and what we owe each other when the world decides some people are worth more than others. I'd recommend this book to readers who enjoy cyberpunk thrillers or science fiction that leans heavily on emotion and character. If you liked Never Let Me Go or Black Mirror, this one might be for you. It's not a happy book, but it's a meaningful one. It made me feel things I didn't expect. That's rare. That's worth reading.
Thanks for joining us on the Literary Titan podcast. If today's review sparked your interest, be sure to pick up a copy of the book and experience it for yourself. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a rating, or share it with a fellow book lover. Until next time, keep reading, not just to escape, but to grow.